Hello and welcome to another Stamp with Amy K Facebook Live video. And I'm just double checking here that I am live out where I want to be, which it looks like I am. So hello and welcome to anybody joining. If you want to pop in and say hello while you're out here, that would be awesome. Thanks again for hopping. Oh, I can see Karen and Patricia are both on, so cool. Thank you both for hopping in and taking a look at my card today. So if you hear any noises in the background, I must apologize. The kids are on a snow day today, which is like the lamest snow day I think we've ever had. It's 41 degrees and it was raining this morning, but they were predicting that this was going to turn into some big snowstorm and we were going to get 2 to 4 inches of snow and all kinds of craziness was going to happen today. So they yesterday closed down schools and all that for today, and so far, it's just snowing. So anyway, so yes, it's a snow day, Karen. Can you believe it? Anyway, so hey, Diane, thanks for hopping on. So anyhow, and also I do apologize. I'm getting over this cold that my daughter shared with me last week. So I will try not to hack right into the phones, but I apologize if I do. And hopefully I won't have like a coughing attack in the middle of this. So I'm just at that point where it's getting towards the end of the cold and it's that real annoying hacky cough. And anyway, so I should probably stop talking things that I don't need to. So anyway, so here's the card we're going to make today. So we'll get going on that. I used the Rooted in Nature stamp set and a little bit of the Tropical Escape Designer Series paper, which is a 6x6 paper from the from the sale, or I can't even talk today, from the annual catalog, and as well as some of my favorite Wood Textures Designer Series paper. So, hey, Suzanne, thanks for hopping on. I'm glad you caught me live too. So, just used a couple different Designer Series papers, and I'm going to show you a quick technique that I used for getting everything stamped and lined up, stamping across all 3 panels with the Stamparatus. So again, it's a super simple card, nothing too complex, but just a fun little technique with the Stamparatus for you. So here is the Rooted in Nature stamp set. It's a big double stamp set, so if you do not have this stamp set, it comes in a bundle actually with some dies that cut some of the images out, and as well as there's a couple of images that just emboss in it, so it's a really good stamp set. Again, it's from the annual catalog, and it's been out for a little while, but I thought I liked the sentiment and the way that it looked on this card in particular. So I went ahead and got everything set up ahead of time. See, here's my first cough. So went ahead and got the stamp set up ahead of time, and as you can probably see, this is going to look backwards compared to what you saw on the card, and the reason that I do that is to help keep everything stacked up in the corner when I'm stamping it. So as you'll see, the card when I put it together is over here, but when I stamp it's going to be on the opposite side, so everything is going to be upside down, and I'm basically doing that so I can keep the papers tucked up in the corner as I'm stamping. So let us get rolling on this. All of the cardstock cuts and everything, hey fellas, thanks for hopping in. All of the cardstock cuts and everything for this are going to be on my blog post tomorrow, so you don't need to worry about writing those down or fussing over that. So this back panel is 3 5/8 inches by 4 7/8 inches. This one is 3 inches by 3 5/8, and this one is 2.5 inches by 3 5/8. So when I stack them all together, we're going to get a similar effect to what I have here, only the bottom of it is going to be missing on the top 2 panels. But I'll show you how to do that in a second. So we're going to start with the back panel, and I'm going to put it in here. Again, this one, it doesn't matter. I guess I didn't need to flip it around, but it doesn't matter which way that one goes in. So I've got a little early espresso ink. Hey, Debbie. Thanks for hopping in. Oh, hey, Cynthia. Gosh, look at that. All kinds of people joining today. So I'm going to use a little bit of early espresso ink on my sentiment. Again, going to make sure that I have my Designer Series paper tucked way up in the corner. Going to stamp it. That looks pretty decent. I think we're going to leave that one as it is. Again, I apologize for anybody who's hopping in. I'm getting over a cold, so I'm trying not to hack right into the microphone, but if I do, I apologize. So and my daughter so kindly shared it with me. So for the second panel, again, I'm going to do the same thing. Make sure it's slid all the way up into the corner, and I'm going to stamp it. And so that one looks pretty decent too. And then for the last panel, this one isn't really directional, but it kind of is. So I'm going to make sure that I put it in there upside down, tuck it way up in the corner, ink it up with the Early Espresso ink, and then stamp it down. And there we go. So we've got all 3 of our panels stamped. So get the Stamparatus up here and out of the way. So as you can see, I've got them, so they should be all lined up perfectly here once I've stamped it. Now all I'm going to do is trim off a little bit of the bottom on the top 2 panels. And I do need to close up my ink pad because surely I will stick something in it. Hey Janice, thanks for hopping in. So, oh my goodness, I apologize. I didn't think I'd be hacking as much as I am. So the first panel is 2.5 inches, so that's where I'm lined up here. And I want to cut 1/4 inch off the bottom of it. So we're going to cut the panel down to 2 1/4. And for the wood textures panel, it's 3 inches. And I want to cut 1/8 inch off the bottom of that one. So I'm going to line it up at 2 7/8 inch and trim that one off. And then we're just going to use a little bit of snail to adhere the pieces of paper together. So it looks like some people really got a bunch of snow out of this supposed snowstorm that we got. We just did not here. So, but of course, you know, if they hadn't planned for it, then we would have got a pile of snow. That's kind of how it always works down south. That when they don't plan and send everybody to school, then we're all scrambling around trying to get the kids picked up. But if they do plan and call off school ahead of time, then we get absolutely nothing out of it, which I don't know which is worse. But the kids are enjoying their day off from school, so can't complain too much. Even got to make some cookies today with my older daughter, so she was all excited to pull out some sugar cookies and do a little baking today. So, all right, got the last one lined up here. So as you can see, I just lined up the sentiment as I adhered everything together. So super simple, a really quick and easy technique. And it looks pretty cool because you got it stamped all across the panels perfectly. Add a little bit of snail on the back and adhere it to an Early Espresso card base. Whoop, it looks like I got things a little crookedy, but all right. Next up, I added one of the little butterfly elements, which these are free during celebration. This is a really cool pack of all sorts of different shapes, flowers, floral images, butterflies, lots of pretty things. Just pop them right out of the little die cut pieces. So these are celebration items, I think I said that, and they're free with an order of $50 or greater during celebration, which runs through the end of March. So a little bonus there, you can get those for free with an order. Next up, as I added some of the adhesive back sequins. Again, these are from the annual catalog. Sorry, I had to wipe my nose. Good heavens, I'm a mess today. So just added a couple of those around the card front, sort of randomly. And sometimes I find that these peel off. The backing sort of comes with, or stays on the plastic sheet. So I just kind of bend back the plastic sheet, use my fingernail, or you can use your pick tool or whatever, and pick them up and stick them on. So super simple, and we are done with the card front, other than sticking it on. So I'm just going to take a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals and adhere them to the back. Of the panel. Also, a couple things. Stampin' Up! Did let us know that there are 2 items that are running low inventory on the celebration list, and I'll tell you what those are in just a second once we get the card done. But just so you know, there are a couple of items that are running low inventory that are probably going to run out before celebration is over. So I'll show you those real quick when they get done. So that is it. Not as many dimensionals as Mary, most definitely not. She goes to the extreme with dimensionals, and I'm kind of cheap with them. So, all right, for the inside of the card, I just kept it super simple and added a little strip of the Designer Series paper in there. When I cut up my Designer Series paper, I usually cut it into 6 by 12 sheets. So this is actually 5/8 of an inch by 6 inches. So I just trimmed it off the bottom. And I find it a little bit easier to work with them when they're a little longer, when I'm trying to line things up at the bottom, because it gives me like a little lever basically that I can sort of slide around and make sure everything is in place and that it's all lined up correctly. And then all I need to do is trim off the extra. with my snips, and I'm set and ready to go. Adding a little bit more snail to the back of it to adhere it to the inside of the card. And there we go, all done. Just folding it closed. Conservative, yes, I'm not cheap, I'm conservative, that's it. All right, so that's it for the card today. So hopefully you like it. Like I said, it's a super simple little card. I did change up the Designer Series paper a little bit on the second one that I made for you guys today. But really easy to do, and a fun little technique with Stamparatus. So hopefully you like it. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be posting the details and the cardstock cuts and everything on my blog tomorrow. So you don't need to worry about getting the information all written down today. I'll also be posting links to everything that is available for purchase in my online store. So super simple, and I'll be posting all that tomorrow so you can keep an eye on my blog. So back to the celebration stuff that is potentially going to be selling out before celebration ends. The first item is the Grapefruit Grove and Lovely Lipstick foil sheets. If you don't have these already, I apologize. If you don't have these already, this is something that you definitely want to get. It's a huge pack of paper. It's 8 sheets, 4 of each color, and they're really pretty, really pretty sheets of paper. So this is running low inventory. They thought they were going to have enough to make it through celebration, but apparently everybody loves them as much as I do. So if this is something you're wanting, be sure that you get your orders in soon. And then the other item is the Precious Parcel Card Kit. And this is another one of my favorite things, which I wasn't so sure that I was going to love it until I actually got it and opened it up. And they're really pretty cards. I don't know how well you can see it on the video, but they're gorgeous cards, and they're super simple to assemble, and they're free. You get 8 cards with matching envelopes in the kit for free with a $50 purchase. It's one of the options that you have for celebration. So those 2 items are running low inventory right now. As you probably know and have read from last week, the Organdy Ribbon Combo Pack is actually sold out already. So anyway, so hopefully you guys can get whatever it is that you want for celebration items before they go away. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. Glad that a couple of you guys could join me live today. So, and I hope that everybody in Atlanta is enjoying their snow day, sitting around watching it rain at 41 degrees. So anyway, with that, I will go ahead and sign off. Thanks so much. Let me know if you have questions. I appreciate you guys joining me, and I will see you next week, Tuesday. Hopefully I won't be hacking and coughing at that point. So I'll see you next week, and have a good day.